Xin kính chào quý vị. Kính thưa quý vị, chúng tôi là Phan Trọng. Hôm nay chúng tôi rất hân hạnh giới thiệu đến quý vị một trong những người trẻ thành công trong cộng đồng của chúng ta. Và chúng tôi rất hân hạnh có được em tới trong studio ngày hôm nay để chúng ta có dịp trò chuyện với em. Hello Amy.
Chào chú.
Thank you for being here. Cháu có muốn nói gì về cháu trước đi?
Dạ, kính chào quý vị. Cho con xin phép trả lời trong tiếng Mỹ. Tại vì cháu không bao giờ ở Việt Nam và cho con nói tiếng Mỹ cho bạn hiểu.
Yeah. Cảm ơn Amy. Thank you very much. I know that you was born here, so you feel comfortable with English. That's fine.
Yeah.
And thưa quý vị, cháu Amy là sinh trưởng tại Hoa Kỳ. Và cháu nói tiếng Việt cũng rất là giỏi, nhưng mà cháu muốn nói tiếng Anh để mà chia sẻ những cái kinh nghiệm của cháu cho các bạn trẻ Việt Nam đang nghe đài ngày hôm nay. Amy, so first of all, just tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, what are you doing now?
Yeah, well, my name is Amy Hoa and cháu là 19 tuổi. And cháu ở here in Dallas, Texas. So
yeah, you can speak English. Go ahead. So currently you attending the Naval Preparatory School, một cái trường để chuẩn bị để vào trường Hải quân, trường võ bị Hải quân. Yes.
Yeah, I just finished my first year at Key Naval Academy Preparatory School, which is a preparatory school sau khi I finished the high school years, and before I go to the actual Naval Academy, it's a year, 10 months actually, of just training and preparation, lots of education, kind of like another year of high school to prepare myself for Naval Academy.
So, what are you doing at the prep school? I mean, what is the subject? You said it's high school, but can you go into a little bit more detail on that?
Yeah. Well, at the Naval Academy Preparatory School, every day starts very early. We wake up at very early, sometimes around 5 a.m. in order to get to breakfast at 6 a.m. And our school day starts from 7 a.m. till almost 2 p.m. And in between we have lunch. And everywhere we march, because Ski Naval Academy Preparatory School is on a naval base in Rhode Island, we march everywhere. We march to and from breakfast and lunch, and every time we have military activities. And it's kind of like a typical high school or college where we have a math class every day. We have a physics class 4 days a week. We have a chemistry class 4 days a week, and English class 4 days a week. And then after a typical school day, we go and we have what's called extra instruction. So it's about 2 hours long where we can get extra help on any homework we may have, any questions that we may have on homework, or if we're studying for a test, it's just extra time to prepare with their teacher. So the Naval Academy Preparatory School, they really go out of their way to try to help prepare students the best they can for any upcoming tests and try to help them instill the study skills that will be essential for their success at the Naval Academy.
So this school is aimed to prepare you for Naval Academy, or the reason I ask this question because a lot of kids apply for military academies.
Yes.
So if they don't get accepted directly to the academy, they have another choice if they are potential attendee. So this school is not just to gear you toward Naval Academy, right? Because there's other students want to go to different service.
Yeah. So there's two different kind of prep schools. There's, if you apply to the academy and they view you as you have the potential for success at one of the academies and they still want to keep you, but there's only a certain number of spots that they can give per year to a certain number of midshipmen or whatever service academy you go to.
So how many seats at the prep school
at
this
the
year?
Prep school this year, we entered our class year with 264 students.
Wow, very small.
Yeah, very small. 10 of them being actually from the Coast Guard Academy, that they're using that prep school to go to the Coast Guard Academy. This is the first year that they're testing that out. and the rest of the students are on the track to go towards the Naval Academy should they continue to do well and show potential and continue to have that drive to go to the Naval Academy. And by the time we graduated, we only had 211 students.
Wow, wow. So I just want to clarify that with the young audience out there who want to go to the academy, the military academy. So this school is not just you can apply for it. You did apply for a military academy, and you are very potential to go to the academy, but because maybe they have to meet a quota or something,
Yeah.
so they kind of give you a chance, give you a second chance, right?
Yeah.
But you have to be selected. You have to be qualified for it. That's what I want to stretch.
Yeah, definitely. You have to be qualified to go to the Naval Academy, and they send you to a preparatory school because they see your potential that you have. You just don't quite have it yet. They want to instill another year for you, or they got making also from that comes straight from the fleet. We call them the prior enlisted people, whether they're from making the Marines or
So your
Navy.
instructor are the military officers?
Some of them, yeah. Some of them are civilian as well.
Oh, really?
They have a very diverse teaching staffs that we have different people to talk to and to be our mentors as well, not only for the academic life, but also for military life if we want to as well, to talk to them about that.
So you feel like doing high school all over again, or is very challenging?
It was definitely very challenging.
That's great.
Time management was the big thing that I learned from this year that I took away from. That you got, like in high school, you got academics, you got whatever other clubs and activities that you put onto your own plate. But coming to the Naval Academy Preparatory School, you got military requirements that's instilled upon you. You got physical requirements that you need to meet every trimester. That you got physical tests that you have to pass with. You got sit-ups portion, push-up, and the running portion. And on top of that, you also have to do well academically as well.
Oh, good.
So there's a lot on your plate. You have to time manage.
Right. So let's back up a little, and we go back to the prep school.
Yeah.
So why you want to join the military?
Very good question. Yeah. So I wanted to join the military because I want to do something important with my life. I wanted to make a difference in the world. My uncle is an officer still in the Navy, and so he put footsteps out there for me to follow. And I really like the path. I wanted to be a role model for my peers and anyone else out there wishing to go to the military lifestyle as well. Any Vietnamese Americans who wish to pursue this career path.
Right, I totally agree with you because I work for the Department of Defense myself.
Yeah.
And I remember 30 years ago when I first joined the Air Force Civil Service, I didn't know that I'm responsible for a program that's worth $10 million.
Wow.
Yeah, my budget is like a couple $1 million a year. You know, there's no private company can provide you that leadership opportunities, right?
Yeah.
So how do you prepare in high school if you're already inspired to join the military?
Well, in high school, yeah, definitely it was academically you have to do well in order to be competitive.
Right.
To go to the Naval Academy. The acceptance rate for the Naval Academy is only 9%. When you Yale University or Brown University, it's very competitive. So definitely academic standings is a big requirement. There's a physical test that comes along with it, but I think one of the biggest portions of the application process is seeing your leadership potential and give service to the community. They like to see the community service because that shows that you want to give back to the community and you want to serve, and that's a big part of it as well.
Right. So that exactly. So this is like a total package they're looking for.
Yes.
It's not
they're looking for the total
academically, physically, but you have a sense of a leadership. You want to serve the community. So beside that, so you have to do well on SAT also, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do they measure your physical, beside your participating in a lot of teams like basketball, but there's someone measure your physical exam too, right? Like reserve officers.
Yeah.
As a part of the process. Application.
Yeah, part of the application process, they have what's called a physical readiness test that you have to complete, like all different things to measure your physical readiness, your physical aptitude, and it's traditionally measured by either another officer or a certified coach, and there's different portions of it. There was a portion where push-ups, of course, sit-ups, there's a pull-up portion, running portion, sprints, and then there was also a basketball throw portion too. See how far you can throw a basketball. I thought that was kind of interesting.
I will fail that test. Okay, so how do folks out there find out about those physical criteria? I mean, it's on the military's academy website.
Yes, it's on on GI Academy website, and it's just you just have to be physically prepared, and running is a big thing as well. Running and push-ups, that's typically one of the physical portions that most people struggle with. Yeah.
So talking about the sport activity, I understand that you are the team leader for what teams at your high school?
Well, I was one of the leaders for my cross-country team for my high school, as well as for my junior high school. I was one of the team captains for the basketball team, for the girls' basketball team. And a lot of my leadership opportunities came from Girl Scouts as well.
Wow. So, that's another leadership and community service right there. So, you run any marathon? So, you're cross-country
Definitely.
team leader?
I really like to run. I've done a lot of 5Ks, and I'm hoping to do a half marathon soon. I'm looking to train for that as well.
You know what the near-death experience is?
No.
I experienced that after I ran half marathon 2 years ago. But anyways, that's really interesting. I mean, here you look like you was inspired to join the military. You prepare yourself academically. I mean, physical events and a lot of things. So beside that, what else that can help folks out there, young kids out there, to prepare for military life in high school?
In high school.
Is ROTC a requirement?
It is not a requirement, but it does look well if you were previously in ROTC, because that shows that you had an interest in military in the first place if you were in ROTC, and you already have some key discipline that they hope to instill in you.
So was you an ROTC cadet?
I was not an ROTC.
Okay.
I was the senior class representative for the 2016 graduating class of my high school. So that gave me some leadership responsibilities that helped ensure my growth.
Okay. So beside that, prepare yourself and then doing really well in high school, what else required in the admission processing, like elected official endorsement is critical too, right?
Oh, yes. The congressional nominations. So part of the application process is you need to get a congressional nomination from either your senator or your congressman, or there's all these different nominations that you can receive, but you have to apply to it early. Like the deadlines are usually in like October or September.
Okay, so if you want to go the following year, or in the senior years, or you have to apply while you're in the junior years.
You have to apply while you're early in your senior year.
Okay, so if you going back to high school for next year, right? In August, you need to start thinking about the admission process right there at the beginning of the senior years.
Definitely, or even the end of junior year, just get your mindset in there, work on all key application, key essays and stuff.
So how do you get your endorsement?
I actually didn't find out about the academy until very late my senior year, so I missed all the key congressional nomination deadlines. I did try to see if I could still apply for them, but unfortunately the deadlines already passed. They already gave up their nominations, so I did not receive a nomination. That's why I went to Key Naval Academy Preparatory School. And while I was at the preparatory school, I was able to have the opportunity to apply again to my congressmen and senators, and I did end up getting a congressional nomination this year.
Right. It's very challenging for folks out there because every congressman or every senator only can endorse like a couple.
Yeah, they only have a handful of endorsements that they can give out.
And every year, I know, like I spoke to Senator Cornyn. I helped him with his campaign, and he told me his aide told me that they have from 400 to 800 applicants in his office asking for his endorsement.
Yeah.
So get through that is very critical that you submit early, and you show that you can compete with all the applicants.
Show your dedication, definitely.
So, right. That's good. So who endorsed you? What congressman?
Congressman Sam Johnson.
Yeah, that's good.
Was the one who endorsed me. Yeah.
Did you meet him in person? Or did you have a chance?
I did meet him last year when I was on my way to the Naval Academy Preparatory School, and I have the opportunity to meet him again this year, actually, because every year they have, a little recognition ceremony. They call it Ki Send-Off, where they have everyone who's about to go to Ki Academies or Ki Preparatory School, in my case. They come together, and he kind of like recognizes them, so I do get the opportunity to meet him in person.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So now let's go back to the prep school. You get through that, right? You survive the prep school.
Yeah, the 10 months.
The 10 months. How do you like it?
It was definitely very challenging. At first, it was really hard with key time management, and I struggled a little bit at first, I'll be honest, but you realize that you're surrounded by all these people and all these like friendships and bonds that you create that you went through before the academic year even starts. There's like 4 weeks of what we call the indoctrination period, where you're like a small mini boot camp where that's the first time most of us have learned anything militarily. We get disciplined, we get pushed physically, and it's just struggling next to all these people around you. Creates this bond that lasts throughout the school year and lasts throughout the Naval Academy as well, that I can see myself being friends with them for a long time. All these bonds, definitely.
So is there any Vietnamese there this year?
There was not, actually. I was the
only Vietnamese in prep school.
Yeah, there are other Asian Americans there as well, but I was the only Vietnamese American, yes.
Yeah, okay, so what is the percentage difference between male and female at prep school?
The percent difference, they were probably about
30, 40, 30, 70?
Probably about 30-70% female to male ratio.
You know, that not represent the female ratio in the military. Out there is a lot less female.
Yeah.
You know, and being a female in military is very challenging. Do you know that?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say it's the man war, but it was, right?
It was at one point.
It was a man war. So you guys is like the pioneer. There's a lot of other pioneers that break the ceiling for you, but it's your challenge when you join the real Naval Academy and when you're going out there in the real world. Because as a female, it's not just population. Being a mother, being a wife, and now being a naval officer is like very challenging. Are you prepared for that?
Yes, I am. And the Naval Academy will also prepare me in the 4 years.
Yeah.
And I hope to be a role model for all the females hoping to pursue this career as well. That it's definitely possible. There's others that have achieved it before.
Kính thưa quý vị, đó là phần 1 của cái buổi nói chuyện của chúng tôi với cháu Amy Hoa. Chúng tôi xin kính mời quý vị trở lại với chúng tôi trong phần 2 để chúng ta tiếp tục được trò chuyện với cháu. Xin kính chào quý vị.